Today's video is divided into 3 parts. Firstly, let's take a look at the basic settings, which cover some essential issues for the correct setup of your accounting software. Then, we'll go into detailed settings so that you can use Atlanto the way you want to. The third and final part will give you some general tips and tricks to help you get started. When you begin setup, the first thing you will be asked to do is determine your financial year. You can easily add several here if necessary. After that, it's all about the legal form. This choice affects the chart of accounts, which you will select in the next step. Choose between the simplified chart of accounts, which comprises around 200 accounts, and the SME chart of accounts, which comprises around 1,000. We recommend selecting the simplified chart of accounts. You can add or remove individual accounts at any time. Note, however, that the choice between the 2 chart of account types cannot be changed in retrospect. This next question is primarily about whether or not an opening balance sheet needs to be prepared. Either way, you will be able to create one at a later time. If you are unsure, select Existing Company. Now we need some information about your VAT liability. Here you have the choice between the actual rate, the net tax rate, or no obligation at all. Compared to the actual VAT rate, the net tax rate must be actively applied for. Accordingly, you can assume that the majority of Swiss companies are subject to actual VAT. Your turnover is taxed at both the actual VAT rate and the net tax rate. This is in stark contrast to input tax, which can only be claimed using the actual method. In simple terms, this means that you can only deduct the VAT amount you pay on your own purchases from your tax amount using the actual method. In return, the net tax rate is lower than the actual VAT rate. So, on the whole, there should be no difference. A distinction is also made between the agreed and the collected billing. In short, with the agreed method, you pay the VAT immediately when the invoice is issued, whereas with the collected method, you only pay it when the payment is, as the name says, collected. Just like the net tax rate, the collected billing method must also be applied for with the relevant authority. The standard is therefore the actual VAT with an agreed billing method. If you want to find out more about the VAT methods, read our FAQ article. You can find this in the support area in the accounting category. You can find the UID, or company identification number, on ZFix by entering your company name. Your accounting software will now be set up on the basis of these settings. Once the basics are set up, you can add a few more detailed settings. Number ranges define how your documents will be numbered later. Normally, you do not need to adjust anything here. Please note, however, that the number ranges cannot be edited retrospectively. Under Bank Account, enter the IBAN of your business account and then click on the blue tick to validate the account. The remaining information is now added automatically. In order for Atlanto to generate your payment slips, provide us with your QR IBAN. If you don't have one yet, you can apply for one at your commercial bank. However, this information is not essential at this point. You will be able to add it later. If you need Atlanto's project management, you will also need to set up time management, as the 2 modules interact here. Don't worry, time management is included for free in Accounting. Now that everything is set up, we can write our first invoice. Go to the Sales module and click on Documents. By clicking on Add, you can now choose which document you want to create. Let's say an invoice. First of all, we add the customer who is to receive the invoice. If the contact has not yet been registered, click on the blue plus sign and add their information. Then, make sure to select your payment slip. On to the most important thing, the service that we want to charge for. Click on Add and select our product. If you have not yet entered any data, you can do so right here, then click on Add Product to Master Data. This allows you to reuse the product or service for future invoices. Then, save the invoice and generate our PDF. But why is the payment slip missing here, even though we have selected it? Oh yes, to generate a slip, its status must be set. If we now generate the document again, we will find the payment slip on the second page. Use the Atlanto app. You can take a photo of your receipts at any time and save them directly in the inbox, where they will be waiting to be posted. Last but not least, we would like to show you how to invite your employees or your accountant. Just go to Settings and click on Employees. Now select Add and enter the email address of the accountant or employee. Then select the roles and rights you want to assign. An email is then sent, which needs confirmation before the collaboration can begin.